The
uncle
rightful
husband.
heir.
The rightful heir to the Iron Throne. I hope that dragon eats you in your sleep. Let's find shit 1 and 2.
Aw.
Raina, you dumb little.
He's so wrong. Guys, I think I might yak. And we're live.
We're live.
What do we think about the intro?
How are we feeling about it?
How are we feeling about it?
Oh, I mean, we're liking it, but honestly, it's up to you guys.
Oh yeah, new location.
Not new, but we're back. New, it's different, but it's not new.
Yeah.
Guys, honestly, I'm so sorry about my inconsistency with my background here, but there's a lot going on behind the scenes, and I'm having to make a lot of trips back to my hometown. You're just gonna have to deal with it. I'm sorry.
And also, me and Izzy are pre-recording a lot, so like this background will be making multiple appearances.
It will be, but so will my apartment, but then also, so will be maybe some different countries.
What are we doing today?
Anyway, what are we doing today? I think that we are about to go down a monumentous journey. Something that is really going to emotionally hurt us.
So, if the weird allegations, like if they were allegations before, they're like gonna be statements now because God forbid a girl like a little bit of like mythical land drama.
God forbid a girl likes fantasy. Today, we're discussing House of Dragon.
What?
Boom!
Boom.
House of Dragon introduction.
I don't know if we have funding for all the CGI like House of Dragon does, but like I'm sure we can like cook something up. Oh, big disclaimer, there's major spoilers. So if you are not
Major,
up
oh my
to
god.
date,
Yeah, major spoilers if you have not seen, as of today, episode 3,
House of Dragon,
click
season
off.
3, yeah.
Season 3, episode 3, House of Dragon, go away.
Literally.
Honestly, if you haven't seen any of it, click off because we recap season 1, 2, and the first 3 seasons. And you know what? I bet there's going to be talk of Game of Thrones. Stop right here. Hate to see you go, but love to watch you leave.
Yeah. But today is Izzy's rodeo. She put this together for all of us. We
This
say
is
thank
when
you. We say thank you, Izzy, in unison.
this truly is my heart of hearts. I love Game of Thrones. I
This
love
is
House of Dragon.
so Izzy's like speed. Like
Like,
I like it too,
oh,
but she's in on the lore. She's in on
oh,
lore theories. She fucks George R. R. Martin on the side. Like,
don't
yeah,
worry, guys. I'm getting him to hurry it up. Don't worry. I've told him.
she's for the people.
I'm full of people because this is outrageous.
Yes.
Outrageous. Because sorry, that is not how it was meant to end. All of House of Dragon that is currently released did not happen. So Bran the Broken can sit on the Iron Throne.
But if you want to be technical, the three-eyed raven was a Targaryen bastard, and Bran is now
And
that
he's
three-eyed raven, so technically a Targaryen is on the throne, if you want to be technical, technically.
if yeah. I
Jon
think
Snow was the prince that was promised, though.
Jon Snow was the prince that was promised, and me and Kelly can back that up with every single claim ever.
Mm-hmm. To
Oh,
it.
and just for reference, me and Kelly are biased because we're Team Black.
Mm-hmm.
Rhaenyra Targaryen. Bring on the usurper to me! Okay, let's get into this PowerPoint. I would like to preface the start of this PowerPoint by let's please have a moment of silence for Jacaerys Targaryen, heir to the Iron Throne.
And Lucerius, of course.
Lucerys, of course, but Jace.
He's old news.
Moment of silence over. Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
everyone for joining in on that.
Yes. Also, this is so Izzy's show, so I'm gonna sit back and allow her to present and speak when spoken to. Mm-hmm.
Guys, I did my fair share of PowerPoints at university. That does not mean that I'm good at making PowerPoints, so no comment, please. Let's just give a rundown of these characters. If you guys do not know, obviously we have Queen Rhaenyra Targaryen, Queen of the Seven Kingdoms, of the Andals, and the Rhoynar, and the First Men. Thank you.
The
Uncle
rightful
husband.
heir.
The rightful heir to the Iron Throne, who's never usurped anything in her life.
Her dad
You're
said it
telling
so.
me, you're telling me that Viserys got his old, frail, weak self off of his deathbed in a half gold mask to waddle onto their Iron Throne to really cement her heirship. I don't know if that's the word, but her heirship to
Her
the throne,
claim.
her claim to the throne, and that we will get into this. We have Rhaenyra's husband, uncle,
Hmm.
Daemon. We have Daemon's kids, Baela and Rhaena.
Who also happen
We
to be
have,
Rhaenyra's cousins.
yes, we have Jacaerys down here, or Jace, Rhaenyra's eldest son. That's all I can do for that. We have Aemond and Aegon, Targaryen, Rhaenyra's brothers, and Alicent's kids,
Hmm.
but also heirs to the Iron Throne. Listen, if you don't know the rundown of the family, this really may be not the video for you.
Yes. Also, not to put Rhaenyra on blast, Jace, however, is a bastard.
Alleged.
Not alleged.
Alleged.
Not
But
alleged.
you know what?
I'm gonna
I'm
show
cool
who
with
his
him
dad
being
is
strong.
supposed to be. I'm gonna show who his dad is supposed to be, and y'all let me know if it's alleged.
And you know what? I'm happy if he's a strong, because Harwin Strong was a fine ass man.
But like, let's not even say, like, Lord Collis said enough today in today's episode,
He
so.
really did, and you know what? If he gets beheaded, so be it. Finally, you'll be with your daughter and your wife.
Mhm.
Let's get into season 1 of the Game of Thrones, The House of Dragon. Here we go. Just a quick little recap for anyone that isn't, up to date, or anyone that hasn't seen it in a while. Prince Viserys becomes King of the Seven Kingdoms. King Viserys is Rhaenyra's dad. Kelly, I might feel like you might have to be doing a lot of family trees in this.
Yeah, I shall put pictures up and stuff.
King Viserys has kids with his wife, Rhaenyra, and then a son. Many a years later, but her mother dies giving birth to the baby, and then the baby dies.
Hmm. She dies during
He
childbirth.
then, during childbirth, very traumatic, very sad, was actually not expecting that. His hand, Otto Hightower, says, well, you know what? I'm gonna get my daughter to fuck this old guy, and then our houses are gonna be joined forever, and it's gonna be so good. So
Who
Otto
also
gets his break.
happens to be, who
No,
also
it's okay.
happens to be Rhaenyra's best friend.
Yes, Otto gets his daughter, Alicent Hightower, who is Rhaenyra's best friend, to bed and then marry Viserys Targaryen,
This old
as we
motherfucker.
see here, and has sons. But Rhaenyra says, you just want to marry her so you can have sons and they'll take over the throne. Viserys says, sister. My daughter. You are my heir.
Mm.
And tells her of the Song of Ice and Fire, about the prince that was promised, Aegon the Conqueror. This comes back because Alicent's kids are called Aegon and Aemond, but not Aegon the Conqueror. Let's get that real spick and span. During this is not very a big plot point too much, I want to say, in season 1, but it comes back in season 3. The free cities form alliances and call themselves the Triarchy. And we see this in season 1 when Daemon goes and kills all of those like crab people. Rifts start to form in Rhaenyra and Alicent's friendship, obviously because now she's pregnant and she's marrying her dad, and it's just very
Weird.
very
Awkward.
weird. When Rhaenyra gets older, she gets married off to Sir Lena Velaryon. Very, very noble house, and
They're,
they have 3
correct me if
sons.
I'm wrong, they're the only two houses that made it out of High Valyria, right?
Old Valyria, yeah.
Old Valyria, sorry, yeah.
That's just from the knowledge that I have, that's what I think is the Velaryons and the Targaryens are the 2 houses that fled
And they're the
from
only
Old
ones that
Valyria.
can ride dragons because of it.
Yes.
Hmm.
Rhaenyra and Sir Laenor, they have 3 sons, and or the sons that are rumored to be fathered by Harwin Strong, aka Fine Shit.
Hmm.
Because you're not telling me that Fine Shit didn't have Fine Shit sons and Jace is Fine Shit.
Also, Laenor Velaryon was gay on the down low too, so he was not fucking Rhaenyra.
Massive gay on the down low. But
He was being a really good dad to the boys.
very good dad. Very caring husband as well. And Rhaenyra knew that, and she was happy to support his little gay ways.
She
She's
actually
happy to.
encouraged it.
Encouraged it. And she actually planned his whole fake Laenor's like fake death so then he can escape off to Essos to be happy and gay and free. Otto Hightower's always stirring the plot. Don't know who I hate him. Don't know who I hate more, him or Littlefinger. Now, if you haven't seen Game of Thrones, then you're lost on that. Obviously, before Rhaenyra gets married and stuff and starts having to perform her princess duties, Rhaenyra sluts it out for Sir Criston Cole, who is her guard, her soldier. He's another fine shit. However, we don't end up liking him.
He gets mad that she doesn't want to be poor with him selling oranges, so.
Literally, and like, oh my god. Also, there is no order in these ones. Okay, these are just season recaps to remind people. Because of the hatred that Rhaenyra is facing within her own family, aka from Alicent and other Velaryons.
And Alicent's sons.
And Alicent's sons, of course, yes, they all call her children bastards because that is what they are. No, they're not, because
Viserys
they're
wants
great.
nothing to do with that.
Viserys would literally rather give the throne over to another family than admit that his grandchildren are bastards. And you know what? Eat it up.
Period.
And so because of all the discrimination and the hate that they're getting, Rhaenyra decides to move her family to Dragonstone, and Harwin goes back to Harrenhal, which is where he's from, where he unfortunately dies, which was set in motion by Alicent. Now, I'm sorry, if you're killing my baby daddy, I'm gonna be pissed. Alleged.
Yeah, I'd be pissed.
And then Aemond is really just wanting a dragon. Aemond really wants a dragon. This is like a flashback to when they're young. He really just wants a dragon. Baela and Rhaena, the girls that we saw at the beginning, their mother is Vhagar's rider. However, she dies. Sad day. Not really important, but sad day.
During childbirth as well. Same way
During
as
childbirth as well.
Yeah, same way as
Rhaenyra's
Rhaenyra's mom.
So important to note that Vhagar is the biggest dragon in the realm. The biggest.
And also was supposed to be for that lady's daughters, one of them.
Yes, for Baela or Rhaena. Aemond decides to sneak out of his room at night and claims Vhagar. But in doing that, he loses an eye because Jace and Luke and Baela and Rhaena, the cousins, they find him doing that and they get mad at him, and a fight breaks out when they're kids, and the girls are pissed because that was meant to be their dragon, and then the boys start fighting the boys, and lo and behold, one of them gets a knife and smacks up Aemond's eye. Honestly, he deserved it, and honestly, he deserved more than that. And
with all that happening, Alicent ends up cutting Rhaenyra really bad with Viserys's knife, which is part of Aegon the Conqueror's prophecy bullshit. Very big day. Viserys was not happy with Alicent.
Was very not happy with her because Alicent's like, oh, it's an eye for an eye. No, it's not, because your son disrespected the claim of dragons.
And then Aemon, that sick little bastard, was like, it's okay, mummy, we have a dragon now.
Yeah, he goes, I may have lost an eye, but I gained a dragon. I hope that dragon eats you in your sleep. Then, like we said, Laenor dies. And then Rhaenyra marries Daemon, who is her uncle. And we get Team Green and Team Black. Because obviously Rhaenyra is thinking, she's still the heir. Everyone knows that Rhaenyra is the heir until Viserys and his, again, King Viserys, Rhaenyra's dad, plus Aemond and Aegon's dad, he's in his frail state because he cuts himself on the Iron Throne, and that's how he gets sick. And he just keeps getting sicker and sicker and sicker and sicker. And in his almost death state, quite literally on his deathbed, he died later that night. He mumbles something about the Song of Ice and Fire, the prince that was promised, Aegon. Talking of Aegon the Conqueror. However, Alicent doesn't know about the Song of Ice and Fire because it's passed down from king to king to king to king, or king to heir, queen to heir, whatever.
Not to mention, it's supposed to say in the Targaryen family. It was not for her bitch ass to even hear about,
Mhm.
but
And she takes that as his dying wish that their son Aegon is the prince that was promised. No, they're talking about Aegon the Conqueror, but you know what? Because she's dummy, dumb,
doesn't
as
understand
we can see
shit.
here, thinks he's talking about their son, steals Rhaenyra's throne, may I add you, the next day,
Mm-hmm.
Aegon is crowned king of the realm. Bad. A war begins.
I think it's important to note that while Viserys was really, really sick and Rhaenyra was at Dragonstone, Alicent was basically king. She was running shit, as well as
Literally, for
Viserys,
Viserys
yeah.
and Aegon, yeah.
Yeah.
And she did a really good job. However, like, she should have left it at that and not have pushed her son to be king. And then, just to really end it off, at the end of season 1, we see that Rhaenyra is forming an army, Team Black, because the High Tower is green. So we've got Team Green and Team Black. Rhaenyra sends her sons, Jace and Luke, off to other noble houses to get swordmen,
Recruit.
to get banners, to recruit men to fight for their side. Jace goes to the wall to speak to Cregon Stark.
Yeah.
And Luke flies to the Eyrie and promises that a dragon for men to protect the Vale. Aemond, one-eyed Aemond, is at the Eyrie and then chases Luke down on Vhagar. And Vhagar doesn't listen to him because he tells Vhagar, pull away. No, Vhagar, don't kill him. Well, guess what? Vhagar chomps Luke in half on the back of his dragon. So
And he
that's
fucking
one
dies.
Rhaenyra's son down. Then we get on to season 2.
Whoa.
Damon. He is hurt for Rhaenyra that her son is dead. He wants Aemond dead because Aemond is the one that killed Lucerys, aka Luke. Against what Rhaenyra thinks is best, Daemon does what he wants and sends rats to kill Aemond. However, Aemond cannot be found because I'm pretty sure he's at like a brothel getting it on, or he's somewhere. He's just not in the castle.
Getting his hair caressed and naked.
Literally, just cuddles. Just
Mhm.
cuddles. He literally sends rat catchers to kill Aemond. But they cannot find Aemond, so you know who they end up killing? Damon says to the things, no, it's a son for a son. They killed one of our sons. We're gonna kill one of their sons. The rat catchers take son for a son seriously and end up killing one of Helena's sons. Helena is the sister to King Aegon, and Aegon and Helena are married and have kids.
Yes.
Rhaenyra did try to say, well, let's get Helena to marry Luke or Jace, and they weren't really down for that. And I know that they're cousins, but that's a lot better than siblings.
Yeah.
Anyway, at some point, I forget why, in all honesty, it was to raise an army, but Daemon goes to Harrenhal and starts like fixing it up to try get the support of Harrenhal. Because Harrenhal is like known as like haunted, he goes like crazy and he touches the Godswood tree or whatever, but he sees Dany. So that's like she's like a silent narrator throughout her ancestry. And then we also see here that now that Viserys is dead, Alicent is also now slutting it up for Criston Cole.
But keep in mind, she was already slitting it out for him while Viserys was still alive anyways, so.
Way back when.
Yeah.
But so it's like, okay, so you're gonna get mad at Rhaenyra, but you're gonna go, yeah,
You know
you know,
what? Do what you gotta do, girl. I mean, the only reason why they're fucking is of their bond hatred of Rhaenyra, but whatever.
you would not believe a battle at Rook's Rest breaks out. Now, you're gonna start meeting new characters here. Like here we've got Rhaenyra sends Rhaenys. Now, Rhaenys is a Velaryon. When King Viserys, before he became king, that king, I forget his name, he didn't have any heirs. He had his grandson and his granddaughter. And because of that, the king before Viserys had to pick if he wanted Viserys or Rhaenys to be the queen. So
Because Rhaenys is
obviously
technically a Targaryen, but she's a Velaryon because she married
married
Corlys. Yeah,
Velaryon.
Velaryon. Yeah.
Yes. Rhaenyra was married to Laenor, Corlys and Rhaenys' son, and then Daemon was married to their daughter as
Mm-hmm.
well. So very intertwined family. We end up getting the Velaryons to side with the Targaryens, which is fantastic. Great. Rhaenyra sends Rhaenys. Well, Rhaenys really, she volunteers because there's a battle going on at Rook's Rest and they need to go sort it out. Rhaenys says, let me take Meleys, her dragon, and we'll do it. To fight Kristen Cole because Alicent has sent Cole out to like fuck some shit up, but Rhaenyra isn't having that. So it was a heartbreaking day when Rhaenys and Meleys died.
The queen that was promised. Because technically
The
she
queen that never
was
was, babe.
higher, or who never was, yeah. Because technically she was higher up on the list for a claim to the throne, but since
Mm-hmm.
she was a woman, they gave it to Viserys, Rhaenyra's dad. And
Yes.
Rhaenys, she even told Rhaenyra, she was like, they'd rather have shit burn than see a lady on the throne. So beware of what you're gonna
Yes.
do, girl, but I will support you.
Period, because woman in power. However, one good thing that came out at the battle at Rook's Rest is Aegon, the king, decides that he's gonna go and he gets fucked up and gets burned to a crisp by his brother Aemond on his dragon Vhagar.
Because
Because
Aemon
he's
is
psycho.
like, no, actually, I want that throne.
It gets messy.
Mm-hmm.
Also, just a quick little thing. This is Vhagar going to eat Lucerius.
Mm-hmm.
So just wanted to throw that out there. Really heartbreaking. This takes a turn though. Aegon, he survives.
Mm-hmm.
He survives, but he's burnt to a crisp. He's burnt to a crisp being attacked by his brother. But when they get back home, he doesn't remember. I think he actually does remember, but he's scared of his brother. And he's crippled now. He's in massive amounts of pain. He's burnt everywhere. I think he broke every bone in his body.
Half of
So
his head
Aemon,
doesn't grow hair anymore.
brother, he's burnt like this. It's bad. Aemond, the psycho who stole Vhagar with the one eye, he becomes regent of the crown, or the crown
Queen
regent. I'm
Regent.
not sure. King regent, however it works. He's acting as king. And like I say here, we have now a fucking psycho perched on the Iron Throne. Rhaenyra gets a gay on and kisses up on a girl. That's all I'll say on that. That's not really like a massive plot point, but I just thought that was funny to. Here we
Who just
go.
so
Here are
wait,
our
no,
boys.
you skipped over that way too quick. Who just so happens to be Damon, her husband's ex situationship. Okay, now we can skip.
That is true. Also, Hera's fine shit 1 and 2.
Aw.
Jace Targaryen and Cregan Stark.
Mm-hmm.
Let's really, okay. So, also in season 2, we meet Sheep Stealer. Sheep Stealer is a dragon, a wild dragon. No one has ever tamed Sheep Stealer because if you don't know, dragons come from Old Valyria and they speak High Valyrian. Well, they don't actually speak High Valyrian, but they understand High Valyrian. So all of the Targaryens speak High Valyrian to them. They say Dracarys to blow fire. What else do they say? They say Lakiri, which is like calm or something, or, they speak High Valyrian to them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you tame them and train them, and that's how you get them going. However, Sheepstealer, we come to find out, is very wild and does not listen. We also meet the sea snake's other sons. The sea snake is Corlys Velaryon,
Rhaenys's
the queen who
ex,
never
no, Rhaenys's
was,
husband.
Rhaenys' husband.
Yes.
They're great, but we meet his other sons, his bastard sons, because Rhaenyra is getting Corlys to form a fleet to attack the Greens in King's Landing. Because keep in mind, Rhaenyra is still at Dragonstone. Anyway, Rhaenyra starts her hunt for more dragon riders because they need more dragon riders because they've got dragons, but they don't have the dragon riders. Not wild dragons, just dragons that don't have a rider. So she sends out for Targaryen bastards. Anyone who thinks that they are a Targaryen bastard, they come and they are put in this massive pit with the dragons, and if they die, they die, but if they claim them, they claim them.
And they get
We
a
following
dragon.
along? And 2 people get a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
2 people
No,
get a
3.
dragon. Yeah, but that dragon claimed him.
Oh, that's true.
Because one of the people that get a dragon,
This is
one
how
of them
Rhaenyra got
is
the idea to
Corlys.
find bastards.
Exactly, because
Yeah.
Corlys had bastard sons, and although they're Valarians, they still get dragons. And one of the dragons chose Corlys's bastard son to be the rider, and then she goes, "Oh my god, well we have 2 dragons. We just need to find other Valarian bastards or Targaryen bastards."
Mm-hmm.
If we're following along, because again, she's trying to build an army to take back her seat.
Her rightful seat.
We meet Vermithor. Not really like an important thing. I just want to put it in there because that is the next biggest dragon in the realm. by Vhagar, and one of the Targaryen bastards, Hugh the Hammer, claims Vermithor.
Mhm.
I really like him. We haven't got much on him, but I really like him.
Yeah, he seems like he has a good head on his shoulder.
We also get Jason Cregan Stark. This is when we get Jace's turn of events when he goes and looking for support, and Cregan Stark promises the Greybeards. And we'll get into who they are in a second. But yep, as you can see here, Stark's the best house, and everything that happened to them wasn't deserved, and you can't change my mind on that. These two are the main Kelly and I need.
Mhm.
Thank
Mhm.
you. However, in a sad turn of events, while Jace is at the wall talking to Cregan Stark, he finds out about Luke's death. And then it skips back to King's Landing, where again Aegon is burnt and crippled, and Larys
Mhm.
Strong, so the one who burnt down Harrenhal because of for Queen Alicent. Not that Alicent wanted him to do it, but he just did it
Because he's into her feet.
because he's into her feet and a creep.
That's
He killed
literally
his
why.
dad, his brothers. He killed people at Harrenhal.
Also, I wanted to mention, I don't know if this is what you mean by Allison goes to visit Rhaenyra, but Rhaenyra sneaks in to King's Landing as like a nun or whatever and speaks to Alicent while Alicent is
Yes,
praying, and they talk about Viserys and how Viserys says Aegon, the prince that was promised, and Rhaenyra explains to Alicent, bitch, that was a prophecy. He was not telling you about y'all's son. And Alicent's like, okay, well, too bad because I already started whatever I started.
exactly. And it's kind of a shit show, honestly. And Alicent is like, no, this is what your dad wanted. He told me about the Song of Ice and Fire, or Prince that was promised. And Rhaenyra's like, he told you of the Song of Ice and Fire.
And Allison's like,
And
girl, what do
then
you mean by that?
she's like,
And
girl, what do you mean the Song of Ice and Fire? Like, yeah, about my son. And she was like, Rhaenyra was like,
no,
no,
bitch, it's a
like
fucking
prophecy
prophecy.
about Aegon the Conqueror. And she's like, the Conqueror. Yeah, girl, because look what you've done now. You've created a whole war because you couldn't listen to your husband. You took his dying word when he's in pain and on milk with a puppy and out of his mind.
Yeah. I just wanted to throw that in there because Allison was basically just like, okay, well, too bad. I've already started this. Like, there's no going back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then we see the Triarchy teams up. And remember, the Triarchy are the free cities.
Mm-hmm.
They team up with the Greens. This is a few episodes after Rhaenyra goes to see Alicent. Alicent goes to visit Rhaenyra in secret at Dragonstone. And she's kind of like, Alicent is saying, this has kind of gotten out of hand. Like, this is going a bit crazy. Listen, we kind of know that we're going to lose because you've got like 94 dragons back there. Just kidding, they've got like 6. But
Mm-hmm.
you've got like 90 dragons back there. We have 1. And
Mm-hmm.
like you're building an army and you've got supportive people. And you know what? If it's okay with you, like we can just do a son for a son. Like I will let you come into King's Landing. I will tell all the guards to stand down and you can kill Aegon. If then me and Helena and Aemon can leave. And they can't, they agree with it. But then shit keeps going down. So
Allison basically selling out fucking Aegon once he's already burned to the fucking crisp. Like, no shame. I mean, to be fair, he already is
literally,
half dead, but like,
literally is half dead.
yeah.
But you know, we digress and Alicent goes back to King's Landing and then it all turns to shit anyway. Let's really get into it now. And episode 1 of season 3, the Battle of the Gullet.
Such a good episode. Why would they do it that way, though?
I'm gonna let the slide speak for itself. I have absolutely nothing to say. Absolutely nothing. Other than Raina, you dumb little girl, for taking Sheepstealer, for getting Sheepstealer, because she just wants a dragon so bad, because she's jealous that everyone else has a dragon and she doesn't have a dragon, that she leaves Rhaenyra's sons, because in the midst of the war that's about to break out, Rhaenyra sends her youngest 3 sons, who she has with Daemon, she sends her youngest 3 sons away to somewhere safe, to the Eyrie.
Yes,
She sends them
and
away so they're safe. And she
Rayla's just
sends
like, I don't want
Aemon.
to be a good fucking cousin, and just because I'm the baby doesn't mean I have to babysit.
Exactly, because Rhaenyra sends Rhaena and says, I need you to mother them. I need you to teach them. You know them. I need you to grow up with them. And she doesn't, and she wanders off and she finds an untamed dragon, a wild dragon that has never been tamed. You're a dumb little girl for taking a wild dragon, right? So she gets on this dragon. She's like, "Oh my god, I've got a dragon." She sits on this dragon without a harness on it, May. I don't know if you can see it up here. Yeah, you can kind of see it that there's a harness on the back of these dragons, a seat. So you
Mhm.
can sit on a dragon. However, this is a wild dragon. It doesn't have a harness. She gets on this dragon and she's like, "Oh yeah, I got a dragon." And she says, "Let's go to Dragonstone." So she can show Rhaenyra that she's got a dragon and she can be helpful. Well, guess what, girl? You can't tame this dragon. So she's flying a Dragonstone. She's flying a Dragonstone on her dragon. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wind blowing in her white locks, right? And just off of Dragonstone, she sees the Battle of the Gullet happening in the water. And she goes,
Need
I'm going to
that.
take my untamed dragon that I don't know how to ride, that doesn't understand High Valyrian, that will not listen to you, into battle where you wouldn't believe who's there. You wouldn't believe who's there. Baela and Jace, because Rhaenyra is all like, you know what? I'm going to go take my dragon and fight in the gullet because this is not okay. We need to kill these people because this battle is against the Triarchy, the three cities that have come together to form the Triarchy, and the Sea Snake, the Velaryons, because the Velaryons have the strongest fleet.
In Westeros.
And you know what? And
Also, keep
they
in
need
mind,
air support.
Rayla has never even rode a dragon before. This is her very first time riding a
Never
dragon.
been on a dragon. I don't even know how that girl knows High Valyrian. Rhaenyra is all like, oh my god, I need to go. I will go because I have no other people here to fight. They need air support from dragons. There's no one else here. I shall go. Jace, the sweet son he is, says, Mother, no. What if you die? And she goes, well, then at least you'll be king of the realm. You'll be king of the realm because you are my heir. So he locks his mother in her room and
Protect her.
takes his dragon and his promised cousin wife, Baela, which I ship them hella. They were really cool.
They're really cute together.
Into battle. And you know what? These are tamed, trained dragons that know how to listen to their rider. So a wild dragon enters the Battle of the Gullet. And you know what Baela and Jace are thinking? Oh my god, these are the Greens who have somehow gotten another dragon and they're gonna attack us. So there starts a dragon fight in the sky. A dragon fight in the sky.
And mind you,
Right?
Rayla's
Right.
dragon is burning down Rhaenyra's boats, like the Valerian
Right.
boats.
Right.
Just
She's
not
saying on the back of
listening.
this dragon, they're not the enemies. They're not the enemies. Sheep Stealer doesn't understand because she is wild.
Mm-hmm.
Also, girl needs braces. The
Mm.
dragon needs headgear.
Mm.
Because why is its jaw like this? So the dragons come in. The wild dragon starts fighting Baela and Rhaena. No, Baela and Jace. Keep in mind, Baela and Rhaena are sisters. But Baela doesn't know who's on this other dragon, and neither does Jace, not yet. So they're flying around. They're flying. There's Battle of the Dragons happening up in the sky, right? Well, Battle of the Boats are happening in the ocean. If you don't know, it's very hard to kill a dragon. So they've got these basically big crossbows on boats meant to shoot down dragons. And because Rhaena's come in here on a wild dragon and thrown the trajectory of Jason Baela off course, it is possible now to shoot one of the dragons because Baela and Jace are not locked in on the boats. They're locked in on this dragon because that's the biggest threat now, right? So you know what happens? Jace starts tracing Rhaena. Jace starts tracing Rhaena on her dragon and on his dragon. He realizes, oh shit, it's Rhaena. It's Rhaena. Abort Kyraxes or Cyrax. Abort Cyrax. Abort Cyrax. Don't attack. Don't attack. And guess what? Does he listen? Yes, he does.
Because he's
Because
fucking
they
trained.
understand. Because he's trained and tamed. And then Sheepstealer and Rhaena start going after Baela. Oh my god. Rhaena starts thinking, oh my god, that's my sister. That's my sister. No, 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 no. In the mess of the Battle of the Sky that is happening right now, an arrow, a big arrow, goes up, boom, shoots Cyrax, Jace's dragon. Cyrax and Jace go down.
But
I
don't
could
even worry
actually call
about it because Jace makes it up.
Jace and Cyrax go into the water. So hearing Cyrax cry in pain is so bad. But Jace unhooks. Jace unhooks off of his seat on his dragon and gets up to the surface. And you're thinking, oh my god, thank god, Baylor's gonna come down and save him. Because now Rayna's now, her dragon is off now. They're off. Jace comes up for some fresh air because he's about to drown. And you think he's safe. And then all of a sudden, boom, arrow to the back. And now I've seen people survive worse in Game of Thrones, so I'm thinking, no, surely he's fine. He turns around, there's a massive boat of enemies just before him. Boom, arrow to the chest. I'm thinking, nah, it's just hit a rib.
It's fine.
Boom, arrow to the neck.
Okay, that might have him like sweating, actually, now that I think about it. Like,
And dude, I have tears in my eyes. And boom, Jace dies. So not only do they kill the finest character in this show, they kill Rhaenyra's eldest son after she's already lost one of her sons. Moving on from that, because that's really detrimental to my health. P.S. Aemond is a weird incestuous fuck and he kisses up on his mum. PSS, I fully support any war crimes that Rhaenyra commits, because yes. And then PSSS, I hope Rhaenyra smokes Rhaenyra's ass.
yes. Also, worth noting, Rhaenyra almost gets fucked by Alicent unintentionally because the plan that they've devised for a son does not work out. And
Does not.
Alicent kisses Aemond to make this plan work out.
Well, yeah.
Well, she didn't kiss him, he kisses
explain.
her, and she allows
Yes.
it because she's like, this
Yes.
needs to happen.
Let's dive into that a little bit more to get over the Battle of the Gullet right here on my screen, which is hurting my feelings. Like I said, in the end of season 2, Alicent goes to Rhaenyra at Dragonstone and says, a son for a son, you know what, you can come and claim the throne and you can kill Aegon. Aegon gets taken out of King's Landing by Larys. So everyone's kind of like, well, what the fuck? Alicent finds out that Aegon's missing and is like, shit. And Alicent promises Rhaenyra that she will send Aegon to Harrenhal, away from King's Landing, so that Vhagar isn't in King's Landing, the big dragon, so Rhaenyra can come claim the Iron Throne peacefully. Well, because Aegon is missing, Aemond is like, well, now I need to be sat on the throne. I need to do this for my brother until he's found. And so he's not gonna leave. And then Alicent goes to Aemond and is like, I need you to go be with Cole. I need a dragon to protect them, blah, 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 blah. Aemond is weird and goes down and like kisses up on his mum. Alicent lets it happen because like, honestly, she's scared of them because Aemond is crazy. And I swear that she hates her sons more than we do. And Aemond ends up leaving to go to Harrenhal, so then Rhaenyra can come and take the throne peacefully. Just another plot point, the Greybeards come down from the north. The Greybeards are older men from the north who have lived their life, they've lived through battles, and they are more than happy to go and fight, because if they die, they die. There's nothing really to lose, and it saves food for people up in the north, it saves food for the young.
Because Northern men are just like that. Like, that's a real man.
That is a real man. They are really...
What do you mean you're willing to die so I can get seconds? Thank you.
Exactly. Just very honorable men, very honorable men. That is the biggest plot point from episode 1. Let's jump to episode 2. This hurts my feelings. Opening scene into episode 2 is Baylor bringing Jace's body back to Rhaenyra at Dragonstone. And Rhaenyra absolutely loses her mind. She is so talented. The actress who plays her, Emma, needs to be awarded every single award ever. Daemon, he's still at Harrenhal, remember, because he touches the tree and he's been repairing it and all that stuff. He comes back from Harrenhal. Nothing too much there. Just now there's no Rhaenyra supporters at Harrenhal anymore. So now Harrenhal is kind of up for takes. Rhaena decides to go to the Vale to seek asylum. Where her little baby cousins are, Rhaenyra's kids, are at the Vale. She goes there with Sheepstealer and is kind of like, Miss, I seek asylum, like, please take us in, something horrible has happened. And Lady Jane of the Vale is like, yeah, well, I heard that the Queen's son is dead. You will not be seeking asylum here because of a wild dragon, blah, 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 blah. So she gets a big reality check on truly what she's done. And in the heartbreak of Jace for everyone, I'm just gonna need Krieg and Stark because I feel like they formed a nice friendship. They're both similar in age. They're both very responsible people. I'm gonna just need Krieg and Stark to go see Rhaenyra.
No, because that is a man. The Stark family at this point of the timeline or whatever, they're sending Starks are volunteering to go to the wall like one every I don't know how many years because they know people need to be at the wall. Like that, yeah.
I think it's in every like 10 Stark men that are born,
Yeah.
one goes to the wall. Something like
They
that. It was something like that.
volunteer.
Like these are honorable men of the North. In Rhaenyra's grief, she and Daemon go to King's Landing semi-peacefully. Honestly, they get into there with not much going on. The only thing that really happens is there is still Hightower supporters within the grounds of the castle, and Daemon fucks them up. He
Yes.
is a man. He is a man. Almost forgot that it was her uncle there for a second and not just her husband.
Mhm.
Um, it really does fuck him up, and it's period. Rhaenyra gets to the Iron Throne, and people say to her, "It's your throne. Take it. Take it. Take your throne." Remember, Rhaenyra and Alicent had promised that she could kill Aegon, and without killing Aegon, she can't take the throne. So we get the iconic line, "Bring Aegon, the usurper, to me." However, that's when she finds out that Aegon is not in the castle. And because she can't kill Aegon, you know who she kills? Alicent's dad, Otto Hightower, the shit stirrer from season 1.
Who is also hand to Aegon, so the next best thing.
Deserved it.
Mhm.
Deserved it. You can really honestly see that moment, like, because it had to be Rhaenyra to kill him. You can really tell that takes something out of her. Like, she's never killed someone before.
That and it's like Otto Hightower, her only best friend that she's ever had for the most part's dad.
And it is, yeah.
And Otto was Viserys's hand too. So like she grew up around this man.
She did. It's hard. But then she sits on the Iron Throne and she becomes the Queen of the Seven Kingdoms.
Period. Yeah.
Here I have just like Alicent also talks to that man. I'm sorry, I don't know, I forget his name, but talks to the man, the Queen, the King's Guard, and like gets them to not attack any dragons coming through.
Mm-hmm.
That Rhaenyra will be coming in to let them in peacefully. And also, Helena is so cute. You know, she says, I think it's meant to be Helena, not Helana, but sorry. She's basically like, I don't want any beasts harmed. And she eats it up. And she's so cute. I love Helena. And
Yeah.
then also, Aemond also almost dies at Harrenhal. Remember, he gets pricked in the side when he
Well,
gets to
that's what I
Harrenhal.
feel like that's what you're supposed to believe is that he's gonna die, but they're gonna bring him back.
Yeah. He's not dead. I know he's not dead because he dies in what is it? It's like called the King's Eye or something.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently in the books that's how he dies, but
That
we
witch
don't
at
know.
Harrenhal takes him because she wants Harrenhal for herself and she doesn't
She
care how
wants
she gets
Harrenhal.
it.
Yeah, so she's gonna make Aemond promise to give her Harrenhal.
Yeah.
Moving on to this week's episode.
Freshly watched.
Oh, we're gonna have to just let's not worry about any of the spelling here, okay? Alicent has a third son, and because Rhaenyra now has claimed the Iron Throne and sits on the Iron Throne, she needs to get everyone that can contest her claim to the Iron Throne.
And fucking.
You know, she feels like Daron hasn't really done too much. This is Alicent's other kid,
She's
Daron,
also never
who
met
she sent
Daron.
away. Yes,
Yeah.
who Alicent sent away as a kid to Hightower. So Alicent doesn't even really know him, and Rhaenyra's never met him. She doesn't know what he looks like, nothing like that. And so Daemon goes to the army that the Hightowers have, who are marching on King's Landing, and says, you know, Rhaenyra's now the queen, and you need to bend the knee, and Aemond and Aegon are fucked, and you know, yada yada yada. But I'm also gonna need Daron.
By the way.
And then they're kind of like, oh shit,
Mm.
okay. So then they give this random kid who is not Daron to Daemon. But
But nobody
again,
knows any better.
no one knows this.
Yeah.
The only people who actually know what Daron looked like are Alicent and everyone that's been around him, but Daemon and Rhaenyra had never met him. And then I feel like this week's episode, it was a filler episode. But it really does show like the anxiety that she's facing
And,
And
like, the
how, like,
stress.
the stress of ruling a realm.
Also, mind you, her son has just died yesterday too. So like she's got this
Literally
kingdom
yesterday.
or this fucking King's Landing and stuff, but her son literally just died yesterday, so she hasn't had any time to grieve it.
But now she has to step up and be a queen.
Mhm.
Rhaenyra starts talking about, like, they need to, like, do all these things in order to, like, proclaim her the new queen. They have to do, like, a coronation. I forget what they call it in the show, but, like, a
Anointment.
coronation and a crowning and anointment, all of these stuff. But it comes to find out that there is no gold in King's Landing. The treasuries have been sacked.
By Tywin Lannister, who was on the fleet of boats with the Triarchy, who is now. Mm. So no one knows where this fucking gold is.
No one knows where the money's gone. It's been stolen. And
Mhm.
I think we just really see Rhaenyra fall into a lot of anxiety. Like, I was starting to think that, like, holy shit, she's not gonna make it. There's no money, there's no food, there's rats everywhere, it's just really gonna be too much for her and it's gonna make her snap.
Mhm.
However, we then see that Rhaenyra and Alicent are together because Alicent is still in King's Landing and they're kind of like prisoners.
They
Rhaenyra's trying to
tried to
take them
run away,
prisoners,
but they picked them up.
but they couldn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
We see them talk and it's not nothing bad, just like Rhaenyra being like, well, like we have to keep up with our bargain. Like, I've still got to kill Aegon. We have to find him. Where is he? Where's the money?
Mm.
Where's my money? And Alicent knows nothing about it. Absolutely nothing about it.
Mm-mm.
I want us to go back to how we said that the sea snake has bastards. He has bastard sons, and both of his true-born kids are dead. His daughter's dead, we know that. She died by dragonfire. Laenor is not dead. Laenor is just over in Essos or wherever getting his gay on. In the Battle of the Gullet, where sadly Fine Shit dies, Alan, who is one of Viserys' bastard sons, literally saves his life and is like really cooking it on being like son of the year. And because of this, Lord Corlys, this man right here, the sea snake, goes to Rhaenyra and says, I would like you to legitimize my sons because I was a horrible dad to them growing up. I
It's the
bastardized them.
least that
I
I
did
could
not
do.
have a life. The least I could do is give them my name.
Also, my kids
And
are dead and I
Rhaenyra,
need an heir.
exactly.
Yeah.
And Rhaenyra's kind of like, and
Dodging
then
it.
later in the episode, dodging it hella. Not sure why. Not sure why Rhaenyra isn't really cool with it.
Mm.
Is it because Lenore is still alive? Is it because, like, Rhaenyra says as her excuse, like, the hatred that her family got because of her bastardized sons?
And she's just
You know,
gotten to be queen, so she doesn't want to legitimize any bastards because people already think she has bastards. But you know what I think it is?
mm,
Her sons were supposed to be heir, and she hasn't worked through that grief yet. So, like, people
mm,
trying to move on, she's not ready to move on. That's what I think, kind of. So,
that's good. I didn't think about it like that. I thought about it that she has a bit of anxiety because Lenore is still alive, and what if Lenore comes back?
oh,
But I don't know.
yeah.
Um, so basically reapproaches Rhaenyra and is like, please, can you legitimize my sons? And then she says, look at how my sons were treated when there was rumors that they were bastards. And then Corlys goes off and is like, Lucerius was a bastard. Jacaerys was a bastard. Joffrey is a bastard.
Tell me why your
Whoa, because
sons, he was like, tell me why your sons, who are bastards, deserve more than my sons. And Rhaenyra is just like, listen, I just got to be queen. People already think I'm helping out bastards. I had bastards fighting for me. Like, it's not a good look.
right.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm surprised she didn't chop his head off. Because that's what would have happened in season 1.
Yeah. Honestly, I think
And you
she's
know
so
what?
stressed and he's not wrong that she's just like,
Mm,
because she feels bad because say his name really quick.
Corlys.
Corliss, when people were talking about Jace and Luke being bastards, he was like, those are not bastards, those are my grandsons, even though it's very obvious that they were not his grandsons. So he's like,
Yes.
when people were shitting on you and your bastard sons, I defended you.
I
I
stuck up
literally,
for you.
I didn't say anything when y'all killed my brother, Corliss's brother,
Right.
who was saying her kids are bastards and they chopped his head off. He didn't
Mhm.
say anything. He just was like, yeah, kill him.
Yeah.
Those are my heirs though.
And then
Also lost his whole fleet and fucking castle for her,
qu-
too.
quite literally.
So,
Quite literally. But like I also think that she makes a fair point. Like it's literally a Game of Thrones. It's a game of politics. Like just let her like and also just let her find her fucking footing.
like, give her a month.
Like just let her find her footing. Let her grieve her son. Let her make sense of the crown and the money struggles and all of this stuff before that you start just hammering her about
But,
legitimizing your son. Yeah,
mhm.
I understand that the queen has to do that, but also you're a grown ass man. You're a grown ass man. Go to your people and say, these are my bastard sons. I want them to be Valarians. Rhaenyra will do it when she gets the time. And that's what
But,
Rhaenyra says. When there isn't as much discrimination in the world, she will do it. Just
yeah.
give her some time.
I also low key, like, yes, everything you said is true. I agree with every single thing you just said, but I also kind of sort of get where the sea snake is coming
Sea
from
snake.
because the sea snake is coming from because he's like, I literally haven't asked a single thing for you. My castle burnt to the
100%.
ground, lost my whole fleet, almost fucking died for you. All I'm
My
asking
wife
is that you
died, my daughter died, my son's
yeah, like
dead.
all I'm asking is that you give these boys Valarian as their last name. Can you do that? Yes or no? But
I
like
get
also
that.
it's just
I'm
not
just
on the
like, she
top of
just
her
needs like a
list.
little bit of a break. I think just
Yeah.
like a little bit of a
Like
fucking
cut
break.
her some slack. But I don't understand why she kind of did, but like it was not super serious the way she said it. But like if I were her, I would have been like, I am so going to do that for you. I promise you, but like I'm going to do the right way, and in order to do it the right way, like I need you to give me some time. Like there are things that take priority over that right now. Like
Yeah,
please.
yeah, yeah. I agree.
Because
I definitely agree.
Hugh the Hammer came up to her and was like, "Hey, I was, me and my wife and my
Me and my
daughter were just some
wife.
common folk, like, and I came to help you and promise that, like, you would give me stuff. Can I have that stuff? My wife is living with her brother currently." And Rhaenyra
Mm,
is just like, "I
in
promise
Tumbletown.
you, yeah, like, I promise you I will do that for you. However, let me just figure some shit out, and I promise you I
Yeah,
will get to it." And he took that for
yeah.
an answer.
He took that because he is a very respectable man too. Hugh the Hammer, blacksmith by trade, he's great.
Yes.
I also think that we just really start to see the struggle that Rhaenyra faces with the responsibilities of the throne, because obviously she's never had to do it before. I mean, we see her with the petitioners, and it just kind of gets too much. She doesn't understand the politics, like saying, let's go hunt in the God's woods, and then Corlys being like, okay, well, that's not really going to be like, really great on your ancestors. And she just doesn't really understand it yet. And she doesn't have a small council because she left them bag at Dragonstone because the small council allowed Jace to lock her in a room and then he goes and dies. So she doesn't trust any of them.
Mhm.
She's just really struggling to grasp the political power by herself when she needs a small council, and she's making enemies of the people that would be on that small council, aka her small council back on Dragonstone and Corlys Velaryon. And I just feel really bad for her because it's not something that she's ever
She's not
experienced
being set
before.
up for greatness right now.
She's not, and I think it's very grown of her when Alicent comes and speaks to her and says that I would like my dad's remains delivered back to Hightower. She says yes, and then she says, can like how like Rhaenyra says to Alicent, well, you were the throne, you were the crown when my dad was dying and when Aegon was king. How did you handle it? And I think we see a moment there where the girls are kind of like back to their not old selves, but there's not so
Younger
much hatred
selves.
in their relationship,
Yeah.
and they really are just two
They're being
women that have
friends
been
to each other in this moment.
exactly. And I think that that's really important. And I do hope that maybe we do see in the future episodes that Rhaenyra and Alicent, like, they'll never be friends again. Too much has happened, but
Mm-mm.
that things kind of calm down.
Yeah.
Also, I would just like to say, Jesus fucking Christ, Rhaenyra gets a whole bunch of nobles in, I'm not sure the reason of it, but she
Well,
has like
it
a
was
banquet.
because they were doing petitioning, which is where like common folk that live in King's Landing come and are like, I need more
I'm
wool.
struggling.
So,
We need sheep
yeah.
and
So one of them worked under her
oh, worked
side
under that
chick and
lady.
Damon's side chick and was like, listen, like these noble houses withheld food from us and we starved, like because they were hoarding it. Like
Yes,
we want justice. So Rhaenyra brings in noble
the
houses, not
noble
great
houses.
houses, but noble houses to like come and have dinner and she serves them rat.
and literal rats. And they're like, "What is this?" And they're like, "This is what my people ate while you hoarded food and warmth and all of these things."
And by the
And
way,
then it's
while
like,
you eat
basically,
this rat, we're gonna go take that hoard back.
we're taking your money, we're taking your food, we're taking your shit that you hoarded that you don't need.
Yeah, I thought that was very like, oh, okay, Queen looks good on you. Like, good
Dude,
for
oh my
you.
god, yeah. I was like, she is truly really for the people.
Yeah.
Like, she's no Egg Targaryen because that's what was the downfall of Egg Targaryen in the Night of the Seven Kingdoms when he eventually becomes king, is like he was too for the people.
Hmm.
But I think that she just wants to like gain the favor of the people.
Hmm.
But I think that it was a really important moment. And also when she was speaking to Rhaenyra after the petitioners, and she was like, I can't be someone who I'm not. Like, I can't close that door of myself off.
Yeah,
So I thought that that was very amazing. And I thought,
it
like,
was.
Queen really does look good on her. And then, obviously, we see at the end of the episode, Rhaenyra finds out that that kid, that random kid that she has, is not Darren Hightower. And she's gonna
No.
fuck him up. And I don't know if you caught that, but Ormond Hightower, he had gone to Tumbletown,
Yes.
where Hugh the Hammer's wife and child are. So I'm not sure how that's gonna play out. Rhaenyra says I'm gonna burn them all, which understandable, girl.
And this might be like a spoiler of like future episodes. I did see something about Hugh the Hammer being part of Rhaenyra's downfall. Like he wants or does something that like fucks her up in the long run and leads her to dying.
Oh Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, and originally, because I forget, because like him and Ulf, the other Targaryen
Mm-hmm.
bastard that they recruited, I forget their names because like they're important, but they're not shown a lot in the show because they're not the main
Yeah, I
focus.
don't
But
think like
like,
their moments have happened yet, like their big moments, you know?
yeah, so, and he wasn't Hugh the Hammer at the time. So like they're talking about Hugh and how, he takes his dragon and does his own thing. And now that we're talking about it, it makes more sense because Hugh has the second biggest dragon.
Yes,
So
his vermicle, yeah.
yeah, so they were talking about how Hugh does stuff that fucks her up, whatever. But I was thinking of Ulf when I was watching this video or whatever. So yeah, Hugh the Hammer apparently is gonna go cray cray and drop that hammer at some point on Rhaenyra.
Can't handle it.
So far, I rate the season pretty highly. Like, I'm really fucking
Dude,
pissed
I
about episode
honestly,
1, but
yeah.
it was a really good
I've got
episode
to give it
nonetheless.
I've got to give it an 8 out of 10. One, because you killed Jace.
Mhm. 2
Like,
points
and
deducted
then
immediately.
2 points deducted
A son
immediately
for
for
a
that. And
point.
then literally a son for a point.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't really like episode 3 because I feel like it's just like a complete shift in what we're used to from House of Dragon. But then
Filler.
I on the other hand, it is completely necessary and I did like it because it showed truly a side of Rhaenyra that I don't think that we've seen when people like when a realm and kingdoms rely on her.
Yeah, I was literally telling Izzy, I was like, I am watching this and I am stressed as though I am the queen. Like the
People bickering
background
at you,
noise,
rats
the rats
everywhere, and
constantly. Yeah. Yeah, this episode, it was something else. It wasn't as good as the first two, for sure.
mhm. But I think it's also important that we had a break because, like, I could not handle back-to-back episodes of Jace dying and then seeing Rhaenyra absolutely break down.
Literally.
Like, seeing her going, Jace, what have you done?
And he's just dead and they're like, she's
He's
he's
just
dead, girl.
dead.
And she's like, "No, but he needs to answer to me."
Like, no, like, what did you do? There's so many questions, and I just hate that we have to wait a week. I'm like, what's happened to Aemond? What's happened to Rhaena? Is Rhaena gonna go to find Rhaenyra? Because, like, what is Rhaenyra gonna do? How is Baela gonna feel towards Rhaena? That's her sister. That's the reason that her future husband is dead.
Literally. And not to mention, Rhaenyra is ignoring Baela, probably because Baela reminds her of Jace and she's trying to keep Jace out of her mind. Not to mention, Rhaenyra also gets a hallucination of Jace in King's
That, honestly,
Landing.
that was horrible.
That was really bad, but I feel like that's a testament to show, like, hey, by the way, viewer, she is going crazy, so don't get attached.
Yeah, because I saw an interview with Emma Darcy. I think it's Emma Darcy, the actress who plays Rhaenyra. They go by they them pronouns. I'm not sure if it would be
Yeah,
actress or
they do.
actor. It's just an actress or
Actor.
actor. We'll go with actor. The actor who plays Rhaenyra, they had said, oh my gosh, I think I dropped a she earlier in there. My bad. I know that they go by they them. They had said that this season is really, or like the what's left of the season is really going to test the loyalty that people have to Rhaenyra.
And is like heavy on the death.
Heavy, like everyone's gonna die.
Which, if you watch Game of Thrones, Joffrey spoiled it anyways, so like.
The thing is like you're never like the thing is you can just never get attached to any characters in Game of Thrones, in Night of the Seven Kingdoms is a little bit different right now. I'm not sure how that's going to be in the future, but you can never get attached to a Game of Thrones character. You can never get attached to a House of Dragon character because they just die.
Yeah, literally.
Surely, I mean, George R. R. Martin is finished. Like, he's not writing anymore. Like, he says he is. He's not. That man is over it. Every show adaptation, they ruin it for him. They go off the books. They do what he doesn't want. And
Except for Night of the Seven Kingdoms,
yeah,
I
that's
heard
the
good
only one.
things that the
I
director
heard really
worked
good things
heavily
too.
with George R. R. Martin, so.
Obviously, authors, they write these books knowing the characters that you're going to fall in love with. They write them that way so that you fall in love with them, and then you're just going to kill them off. Cool. You didn't kill Jon Snow off, but you knew we were going to love him, but you killed off everyone that he's ever cared about.
I mean, technically he was written off for dead, but like.
He was, but he got brought back. And like honestly, I'm not sure why they couldn't have just done that with Jace.
Lord of Light wasn't around at this time.
A little lot, but there was that witch bitch.
I feel like she's a different kind of witch over the one in Harrenhal.
You know what? It doesn't even matter because it's magic. And
Yeah.
magic can be harnessed, and they should have brought Jace back. I'm just gonna need them to stop naming
People the
every
same
kid the same
shit.
name.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need another King Viserys. We don't
Because
need
we
well,
wouldn't have
Joffrey's
this
fine, but
usurper bullshit happening if that weren't the case, or if that were the
there
case.
wouldn't there wouldn't be a usurper on this fucking planet. Because there's one Aegon, there's one Aemon, and you know what? Even Rhaenyra, Rhaenys, and Rhaena, that's crazy to me.
That like fucks me up, you know, like.
Dude, it's so bad. Like, I can get Rhaenyra is different than like Rhaenys and Rhaena, but when we're talking about Rhaena and Rhaenyra together, that's when it gets real messed up.
It doesn't help that they're all related, first of all, and then they
No,
all
like
have
you're
like the
literally
same
all
name.
related. Yeah, yeah.
Like it's not helping.
If you're not in the fandom, you'll truly never understand the literal lengths. How much we just love the Game of Thrones universe.
Literally, like very different video today, like very different.
Very different.
However, we are passionate about this.
This is a passion.
Yeah. Next, later on today, I'm going to be taking Izzy through a Love Island thing. So we're sat for TV shows this week. I don't know.
We are. We are. We truly, really are.
Yeah, like every time I watch House of Dragon, I have to tuck my sword into my pants really quick and throw on my bikini so I can watch Love Island. Like it's my two personalities are like pulling at each other, truly. Even
Guys,
if today wasn't your cup of tea, please like and subscribe because this isn't
please.
our
You know,
niche.
we had to go and revisit a lot of trauma.
Jace's death genuinely makes Izzy like cry.
I like Kelly, if you can, if the lighting's good enough, zoom in on my eyes. I swear to God, I had
No, your
tears.
face was getting red.
Dude, honestly, like, there's not a lot of deaths, like, in Game of Thrones that, like, still get me. But, like, Jace's death will always get me because it's
It's
so
fresh
cruel. And then,
too.
like, the Red Wedding, I'll always cry watching the Red Wedding.
Like and subscribe if you love Izzy for making the PowerPoint and having to put herself through that.
I think I need to go to therapy.
Mm. Like and subscribe if you want to help pay for Izzy's therapy.
Please, please.
All right, guys. We'll catch you on the flip side.
Got you on the flip side, guys. Hope you
Toodaloo.
enjoyed it.
Toodaloo.